Okay, well, I'm trying something different. I want to talk about like the something I've noticed, especially as like a college student, 20. I'm going through life. I realized a couple things. It's like social media has ruined Gen Z. And before it was like, oh, let me explain. So going back to high school, being popular, whatever, I was still doing sports, doing the academics. I got my high school diploma, did two associate's degrees in high school, and whatever. Now, and back then I could talk to people. I realized that too. I could openly hold conversations. Now, I'm just barely scraping by in college. I mean, I know obviously a technical college is different than a state school or whatnot, but I'm barely scraping by, barely barely feeling motivated to do schoolwork. I don't talk to people like I used to. I'm not as extroverted. I like keep to myself. And it goes back to even just in general, like dating and all these other things. It's like I just keep to myself. I'm not gonna say I'm an incel, like I keep to myself. Yeah, I talk, I shoot a shot. And every time, or not every time, but sometimes it doesn't go in. Like, I got this girl's number, we talked for a couple days or whatever, we set up a date. Had a date, it didn't go how I thought it would, but it's fine, it just happens. But then I go and I look at like discussion posts, because like I'm taking a class right now where the whole premise of it is like you're just going over your well-being as a student. And like the whole point is to keep track of how your grades are doing in your other classes and how you're doing physically and all those other things. It's like just a general wellness class, I guess is the best way to describe it. And on a lot of the things, people are like, I gotta work on my self-esteem, I gotta work on my confidence, I gotta work on my physical health, I gotta work on my relationships and my emotional health. And I was sitting down and I'm like reading it and I'm like, I can relate to that. And I realized like I was sitting there and I'm thinking, what causes this? What causes this type of feeling within us? And then I look and I'm thinking this has to be social media. Because like we live in a society now where you can open your phone, open an app like Tinder and Bumble or Hinge, and you have just access to millions, hundreds of women that you don't see every day in normal life. And then those women have access to even more men than what we have in return. Because at the end of the day, for every, you know, one or two comment you could get, you're gonna get more than that. And it's like, so now you're in this negative feedback loop where you're hitting up women, trying to get their attention, trying to get a comment, and then you're not getting anything, and then you just sitting there feeling depressed or whatever. When you could just go in real life and talk to someone, put down the phone, and just have a conversation. So this is kind of like a more, I guess, a rant for me. I didn't really have a structure for this. This is like my first time trying something in this content or like type of content. It's just me going off my mind. But I realized, and this is just all going back to that topic, that social media and tech has ruined us. My my primary field of study was IT and information system, and I do have degrees in that background. But I realize now I'm doing business and I just can't stand computers. Even now, I can't stand computers. I used to love them. I still do in a degree. I love fixing them for people and working on them and doing different things just on my own, like little passion projects. But when it comes to like studying about it, I don't want to study computers no more. I tried it, couldn't do it. And it goes back to school. Before, I used to be really good at school, really good at math, really good at everything. And now I'm just like scraping by. I barely make it. And I think it could be like the college burnout. It could be that I'm not eating the best diet. I work out, I run a lot. I'm just starting to get into the gym, starting to work my muscle groups. But it's like there's so much that like you just consume on your day-to-day basis, like all the negative content, the negative foods, because we real stuff we eat isn't good for us. And it's not like, oh, I'm trying to maximize or extend how long I live. I really don't care about how long I do or don't live at this point. I see it as we all die at one point. But I've come to realize that there's so much that goes against us in our day-to-day life that it just, as a like society, it makes us worse. And then you're comparing yourself to someone who you don't even need to compare yourself with, and that just adds to it. Like I think Gen Z, or yeah, I guess that's right, I'm Gen Z. Like we have the loneliest generation. We are like the most selfish generation. We are the most self-centered generation. And I think it stems from a lot of things. It doesn't just stem from just, like doom scrolling. I think it's like our lack of interest, our lack in pursuing love, our lack in wanting, our lack in ambition. Then you just open Instagram and you could scroll maybe for an hour straight, and an hour straight you'll probably see more people get robbed, more people show guns. You'll see like women just showing off their bodies, men showing off their bodies. Red pill men talking about how you have to level up if you want this type of woman, or you have to have this if you want that. And you just look, and everything all feeds into the same negative feedback loop that's just meant to like make you doubt yourself, meant to make you like want more, even though you know you can't have it. And I wouldn't even say you can't have it, because you could really get anything that you put your mind to, as long as you put in the work and the effort. Like we live in a society where you don't have to, you can't say no more that I'm being held back, or because of this I can't do that, when I've always wanted to be a YouTuber when I grew up, or when I was a kid. And I used to make YouTube videos on like a little shitty dingy laptop. Now I have a full computer, I have like gaming rig with the latest graphics, 5060, and Intel 7 14th gen, 16 gigabytes RAM. Like I have the things that the younger me would have put to that advantage. Use it to make the videos, use it to make the let's plays, and I just sit there, look at it, and like I'm cool. Like I love photography. I love taking photos. I have a S25 Ultra. Like I could take all the photos in the world, do the best photography ever, and I still don't do it because I don't find like chasing the passion. I used to love reading my Bible, reading books, literature, philosophy. Now I don't read. Like I was sitting there, I'm like, I don't read. So I actually put some books in my Amazon cart so I can order. But I might just go to like a little bookstore and see if I find anything that piques my interest. It's like we've gotten to the point where we let technology control so many aspects of our life. It's like I would say it's making us dumber. And it goes to a lot of other things too, because it's like, why would I intentionally go hit this woman up in person if I can just get rejected, and then now like my self-esteem would be hurt or whatever, when I could just go online, hit a person up, they don't respond to me, it's cool, whatever. There's still like 10,000 more people I can go hit up. Like there's no, I wouldn't even say it's commitment, but there's no attachment to what we do nowadays. And it's like, yeah, you could bring up these problems, but how do you fix it? Like for example, for me, I think I'm gonna start putting down the phone. I'm gonna start going to those coffee shops. I'm gonna start walking around. Like I got, and it goes to more things too. Because I realize it's not just social media. You gotta consider work too. Like for example, my job, I took Saturday off. I always work Saturdays, but I took one off for personal reasons, and now I'm not being scheduled anymore for Saturdays. So I still have the other days of the week, besides like the days I don't go for college. So I still work 4 days out of the week instead of the five that I normally do, which is fine. But you add those extra stressors from work, from school. Like for example, my college, we were on spring break because I'm doing an online class for on a different campus for a different school. They didn't have spring break, so they had like a discussion post that was due. I didn't do it because I'm in my head. I'm thinking I'm in break, and I didn't check it, which ultimately is still my fault. I should have checked it. But I go to look and oh, I'm missing out work. I emailed the professor, and they're pretty much like, boo-hoo. Pretty much what he told me. It was like, boo-hoo. Like, I don't make exceptions. Which is cool, that's how it is sometimes. And it's my fault. I should have checked. So I can't even be upset with him. But you add those extra things, and it just amounts to how do I explain it? A stressful or stress-filled life. And it's part of my problem. Like, and I think another big thing is like the disconnect from what people want. Because like I remember I was talking with this girl that I had genuine interest in. But we just started talking about like little things in the future and like did you want kids and things like this. Or are you looking for marriage? Like little questions like that I feel like even when I was in high school I already kind of knew or I know what I want. And people, I guess maybe it's just thinking too far ahead, but a lot of people don't. So I did ask this girl, like, are you open to having kids in the future? Do you think about those types of things? And she's like, no, I don't think about them. No, I don't want any. I decided that a long time ago, and it's like, cool. We're in a generation where I feel like people don't want children anymore, which I think is like, yeah, you don't have to have kids. There's definitely people who don't deserve to be parents. But to me, I've always felt like kids are like one of the best aspects of life. Like as a not even as a population, but as a living, breathing thing, one of the most important things I think you could do is reproduce. And people don't do that anymore. And what is the problem with that? What is the source of that? You look on social media where people are talking about how burdensome it is, or how complicated it is, or how bad it is to do that. And it causes a lot of people to not want to do it, which is fine. It's fair because not everybody has to do it, but it shows how it reflects in society. Like, for example, right now I'm driving a little beater. It's a older car. I got another one that I'm currently fixing, a project car, and that'll be my car. It's a newer older car, but it's like 5 years newer than what I currently have. My current car's, and that car's gonna be 13 years old because we're in 2026. So it was a 2013, and the current car I'm driving is 2008. So I got friends who are driving 2026 Kias, 2025. I have a friend who has a Mercedes, like a brand new Mercedes. And I used to always sit there. I'm like, man, I wish I could have those cars. Man, I wish I could have that. Like, I would say I'm almost jealous of it, but I realize it's not in my timing right now. And I think it's another problem that we deal with is that we see other people's success and we want that. Like, I would say, almost nearsighted by. It's almost like a type of lust if you think about it, wanting something that other people have that you don't have, instead of just being patient and waiting for it to be yours or waiting for the moment when you can have it. And yeah, that Mercedes is nice. I was talking to my brother. I'm like, I could get one. I could get a Lexus. I could get this. I could get that. But right now, I know it's not financially viable or it's not financially smart for me to get it because I can get it. I just know that I shouldn't get it. And it's not that I'm not going to go buy a new car when I graduate. I am because I plan on moving, going, moving, doing adult things, moving on my life, moving my career, whether it's somewhere doing something I don't really know. I'm not gonna say kind of like for real, not like air out my business, but in the sense I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing, I already have it planned out, and I already have a career lined up. And it's like I could get these creature comfort things now, but I should have the discipline to just wait for them. And that's another issue. I feel like we lack discipline as a society. Like, I guess this also stems into like the problems with Gen Z. I was thinking like this whole video should be talking about like, loneliness or the low esteem or low self-interest, but I just did like a general broad topic of just everything that's wrong with us currently. And a lot of it could be fixed, but a lot of it just needs work. And it's like even now, for me, I'm overweight. And I could say that it's crazy that I'm overweight, but I run a lot of long distance. I'm talking 10 miles, 12 miles. Like, I'm constantly running. I have like 3 or 4 different running shoes that I switch in between. And I'm probably at the heaviest I've ever been in my whole life while being in the most. That's 2 villages back to back. That's pretty dope. While being the most biggest I've ever been. And it's like I, for example, was getting my weight and stuff recorded, and I sat there and I'm like, I really need to change. I want to change. I need to do better. And one of my peers was like, brother, you're edging that fine line. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I need to do something about it. And what is there to do about it? It's as simple as putting in the effort to lose some weight. I just have to do it. I choose not to do it, or I chose not to do it, and now I'm suffering the consequences of it. Versus if I would have done it, then I wouldn't be suffering the consequences of it. And it's just in all aspects of your life, you can apply that. You can apply wanting to make change. You can apply wanting to fix something. Like, I used to be one of those people that never made their bed. And my parents, my mom, she's a wonderful woman, really wise woman. She's told me that you should at least fold your bed, because no matter how bad your day goes, you can at least say that you did one thing successful. And this comes back from, I used to be like really severely depressed. I used to starve myself, like it was bad. And in that like sense, in that suffering, I guess is the best way of saying that self-suffering, I learned 2 things. Number one, that I can't just be miserable because of situations, because it's no good for me. And number two, that I gotta find enjoyment in the little things in life, and it's very hard. Because even now, I still get like those moments where I'm like, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? What is the point of this? Like doing so and so would have been so much easier. I could take the easy way out of a lot of things, but I realize that you have to suffer. You have to be disengaged. You have to realize that I got to get through this, or I have to do this to succeed, to get personal development, to keep going. And I feel like as a generation, we just need to learn to accept that feeling, to accept knowledge that we have to do more, we have to be more if we want to succeed. And once people start doing that is when we actually will progress and move forward. So, with that being said, I think I'm probably going to end the video around here. But I used to have a person in my life, and she was a really good mentor. And she said that every time she talks to someone, she wants to challenge them to do something. And when she means challenge, she doesn't mean like a physical or competition, but in a sense to give them a ability for improvement or an ability for growth. So I think I'm gonna apply the same concepts here. I'm gonna say, I just challenge you guys, like whoever does listen to this and whoever does watch it, even if nobody does watch it, is to just go and talk to a person, whether it's someone from the same gender or not, someone you're attracted to or not. Just spark a conversation. Walk up to a person and ask how their day was, how they're doing. Like, genuinely have a meaningful human conversation that you don't want or don't expect anything out of. Just sit there and see someone as for what they are, person, and see how that goes. See if you learn anything from it, or if it surprises you in any way. Is there anything that you could do differently? Did you enjoy it? Just ask yourself those types of questions as you do it. And you realize that a lot of the problems we have can be just avoided, or a lot of the feelings that we have, the loneliness, the sadness, or whatever, by just a simple hey or hello. So I will leave it at that, guys. I hope you have a great day. Um, God bless y'all, and thank you for whoever does watch this taking time out your day to sit down and watch my video.